Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Lego The Lord of the Rings. So we're in the open world section now. I've got my quest finder coming on, so it's pointing me towards things, which is good. We should start, I guess, right here and see what our options are for characters. It seems like we've got everybody we need, possibly right now. This guy seems to have a flashing head for some reason. I don't know why. Let's talk to this guy.
I've not visited Osgiliath in so long. I've all but forgotten the place. My duties prevent me from leaving my post. But perhaps you would be kind enough to bring me a statue hat as a reminder of my travels?
So I assume what this means is I now know what I'm supposed to get. It's like a statue. They call it a statue hat. Also, this arrow here happens to be pointing to that room. So I may actually walk into a bonus level here that I did not intend to do. And if that's the case, then if it's like a regular Lego bonus level, I'm gonna end up spending an hour trying to get 1,000,000 studs. As that mithril collected. In theory, I want as much studs as possible. Here. Here's a guy I could buy, but I'm not gonna buy him right now. I'm gonna wait because I need the red bricks and the red bricks that will double the amount of coins studs I get. They're called studs, but they're technically Lego coins. Which arrow? There's some more arrows I can shoot. There we go. So where are the others? Here's one. So I imagine this is going to give me another silver brick. Full control here. I guess since I'm at the top of this building, the way down is not by jumping. Although might survive if I did jump. So the way that's getting depicted here, let's see, take this, climb over here and see if there's more to see. Climbing around the outside of this building feels a little bit like Assassin's Creed, which is a game I've recently recorded. Assassin's Creed 1, which is also a game that was created many, many years ago. Citadel Guard. I really don't want to buy any of these characters, but I may be forced to make that decision. Do I really have to? I can't just switch myself and magically turn myself into Sam? No, I cannot. Oh no. So what happens if I want to turn myself like into Frodo? The other guy turns into Frodo. Alright. All that climbing, it would have been nice if the game had told me, oh, by the way, you needed to be the other character. Most Lego games, you can just pick who you are going to be once you're in free play mode, which is what this open world section is. It is now, at least. It may not have actually been when we were still doing the story levels. So these fires are lighting magically. And that does what? It gives me well, phooey to this, I'm just gonna jump. Can't walk in here. So let's see what this does. Okay, good. That's good to know. So we can look at the map. We are here. And I guess we could set our destination to the quest here. And I assume it makes sense to get all these quests now. Start them. At least. Alright.
I hear that the secret stairs are home to an elven treasure known as the Sure-Footed Greaves, which allow their wearer to walk on deep snow without sinking, whatever their weight. How dry my beard would keep if I had them.
So yeah, every question mark is gonna turn into some item we need to get, and a lot of these items I think we're gonna pick up and then have in our inventory always. My goal is to go here and then work my way around here, and then we'll go counterclockwise. I think that will work alright. These little things seem like walls. Like, don't go that way. Alright, this is gonna take too long. I need to switch to this guy. I need to sit around in circles and shoot these weevils. Fortunately, Lego figures have a tendency to plant themselves. What's the matter here? Why did that not work? That should have worked. No, it didn't work. Maybe I have to punch him? Yeah, I have to punch him. Okay, fine. I'll run around and punch them. Four more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. There we go. Collecting this mithril. Now every time it's auto-saving, I cannot bring up the map, unfortunately. So we'll have to be a little bit careful or not careful per se, is conscientious about that. I can't say that word apparently. Just to understand and know, yeah, this is how this is gonna work. Alright, so I need a key to free things. Start here, pull this. This gives me this. Which then I can put here. And then tap B button to free this. And then that's a dark area, so we'll switch to Frodo and go here. Pick up the key. Stick it here. Certain items seem like they are actually not items we could always have in our inventory. Keys and dials in particular. Up we go. We get the mithril. So everything else here I think is just non-necessary. It's just a little bit of filler if we need studs or something. Doesn't seem like it's anything there. And walking from this point to that point is not an issue. Good. That's good to know. Because I was a little bit worried that that was going to turn out to be several long walks worth of a distance, but no. Even though the map looks big, it's not really that big. If only I had a bucket of water. Do you have a bucket of water? Seriously? Don't have a bucket of water? I have a wooden bucket. Let's find some water. Is there water in the bucket now? Nope, I don't think there is. How about up here? How about over there? So we need to find a puddle of water. And a way to get up. Like, what's this?
My elven loot was stolen by a group of orcs who have recently taken to pillaging our homes. I trailed them to the Black Gate, but I don't feel up to the task of recovering my belongings. Would you go on my behalf?
Okay, new quest. This very much feels like I'm gonna spend a lot of time just wandering around. What was I supposed to do from this point? Unless there's a trick here where you're supposed to get on the edge, which that doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, don't need to buy the soldier. Right now, I don't want to buy any characters yet. switch back to this guy. Shoot that. I guess that's one way to get up there. This feels like it needs a key. I can't shoot it. Feels like this needs to be broken apart. Well, that didn't help me any. That made it worse. Here. Is it this? Feels like I can stand on this fine, but anywhere else it's giving me trouble. And what's up there particularly anyways, I don't know. This is up there, alright. So I got up there once, and then screwed it up. Here we go, so let's not screw it up again. Here, here, and then to this platform, and then to this. That is a pretty drastic obstacle course I just had to go through. Am I supposed to make a bucket of water so I always have one with me, or is there something more? Because I don't see a well anywhere near here. This feels like a fire that should be lit. Maybe there's some kind of fire arrows I'll get at some point that makes more sense with that. As far as water go. Water to put out a fire. I see nothing. Let's move on to this next section. Nothing for breaking the statues. Doesn't seem like I even can break this ship. It's a nice ship. I will give them that. I love Lego pirate ships and Lego boats in general. They could have shown some more of that. They could have had a level on one. Alright. So this one requires the wizard. So we'll switch the wizard and then I think I want this here. this puzzle is not matching in any way. That does not seem like that was right at all. And yet, here we are. I also kind of wonder if I've entered the one area that's like the most difficult. And I'm starting out with the hard things and working my way towards the easier things. That's possible since we are over here by Mount Doom. Now we know these hopping statues. Notice you're locking onto the smash them all for a mithril perk. Okay. So this is gonna be an interesting challenge.
I have a favor to ask of you. A friend of mine was lost in the Battle of Pelennor. I'd like to return his glowing shield to his family, but an injury prevents me from searching for it. Would you go in my place?
Sure, why not? I think there was a Middle-earth game that came out recently where you were just given a bunch of random quests non-stop. I don't know if it was good or not. I just vaguely recall it existing. Alright, so I think the trick here is we're gonna have to get to these upper ones and reset as fast as possible. I'll take this reset here on the ground. Camera is all messed up. I got 30 seconds. 1 second. Everybody resets. Alright. Let's take this one because it feels a little harder to get to this one. And then jump here. And then take this reset. Go up here. Darn it. There's no character that flies, I assume. One would assume that in the Lord of the Rings series, there's no character we can have that just has the ability to fly. And it seems like it resets you only to like 8 seconds. There we go. So a very specific time there that was programmed to give you. Another mithril down. He doesn't have like a targeting, the wizard Gandalf here. He doesn't have like a way in which you can hold down X and target your magic shots. Where are we? We've gotten all the collectibles, and here's a statue that I don't think we've done, and here's one we haven't done. So let's move here. So it's been about 30 minutes at this point already. That's why I've decided to go about an hour. it makes more sense. We really haven't done that much. I believe this is a statue we haven't visited yet. So he's gonna show us some more stuff. It's actually only been about 25 minutes. So we'll go see what this quest is real quick. Up here. And then switch to Legolas and hit that one. And then not make it. Eventually you do get the ability just to swim.
You know what? I hate fighting. I just want to paint. But my fellow orcs buried me artist's hat somewhere in the mines of Moria. So I suppose there's nothing to do now except fight.
That's pretty funny. We need more of that in this game. Let's see. So that's another quest. One assumes that you can't go in here. Switch to Legolas. This is a extra level that we haven't unlocked yet. Interesting. A bonus level. Let's walk around here. Something doesn't quite make sense with this, so feel like I'm kind of cheating here, but I'll take it. Because that rope the rope part of that doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, next thing we're going to is here. It's kind of quiet. We're not having bad guys pop up and attack us in the open world, which is kind of a nice thing, but overall I think a bad thing. There's no action here.
Mithril firebow, so I may smite my enemies with the scorching flames of justice. Sorry, I got carried away there. If you help me out, though, I'll tell you how to get studs from fallen foes.
So he's gonna give me a red brick once we craft the firebow, which we kind of want to craft the firebow anyways. That's what I figured, that there would be a fire bow. Actually, I know there's a fire bow and an ice bow because there's an achievement for it, and I look at all the achievements before I play a game because I'm hopelessly obsessed with it. So hopelessly obsessed with it. Even though they mean nothing, and I know they mean nothing, and they're bad for video games, and the video game industry, Ian. Where is that one pointing me? Oh, up here. More. Feels like almost all of these are going to be collected just from Legolas. Alright, here's one Gimli gets. Might as well collect all the mithril as soon as we can. Next one is here. Ooh, that one is not available at this time. Interesting. And this is a special quest, it seems like. Oh, no, you can just start the quest again. So, do I start different quests? So, what happens if I start this quest? Can I then... Nope, still not available at this time. Let's move on to the next one then. We're noticing there's a considerable lack of horses here. Did I use this? I think I already used this one. Maybe that will be a cheat we can do later, is enable fast walking or horses. One or the other. I prefer fast walking over horses because horses have a tendency to be a problem. Here's a quest we could have started a while ago. I wasn't stuck. Just got a bad level design here.
I've heard of a wonderful object called the Mithril Tinderbox, which lights fires with a charming fireworks display. If you forge me one, I'll reveal to you the secret of invincibility.
Invincibility, kinda helpful. Sorta helpful. Not as helpful as you might actually think, but let's see. I guess we'll come back, or should we set this now? Let's set this destination in. No, that's that way. Yep. So we'll set that destination. Here we go. Walk into Mordor. Shelob's lair. Didn't feel like there was any lair or anything in there to me. There we go. So, what's the point of this? Just in case you need to come back this way? Throw that plant up. We still don't have a character that can blow these up. Unless it's this guy. Like, we have not seen a single character. Let's look at Mary. Mary has a fishing rod and all this stuff. Let's look at Pippin. Pippin has nothing. Let's look at Frodo. Frodo has nothing in the stink can destroy these. Nope. Sam. I mean, he can't just like set these things on fire or anything. And that's like all the basic characters. Unless it's Shagrat here. We could try this guy, I guess. But like, yeah, there's no solution there. We haven't even been shown a solution. Let's talk to this guy.
Ah, someone took my shiny shirt, but they won't be so smug when I get me an even shinier mithril whistle sword. Forge me one, and I'll show you how to make action events easier.
Action events easier? What does that mean? Does that mean like the QuickTime events easier? Well, if anybody needed the QuickTime events easier, it's way too late for that. Wow, just imagine somebody having to play this game all the way through to get that red gold, that red brick, just to turn it on so assumedly their kid would be able to beat the level, because they wouldn't be able to otherwise. It boggles the mind that that would actually ever be a need. It's solving a problem that doesn't seem to exist. Let's see. Where is this gonna take me? Takes me up here.
During the battle with Sauron 3,000 years ago, the prologue to recent events, I lost the shimmering armor I wore for good luck. Foolish as it may be, I haven't lost hope that it will return to me someday.
So, elves apparently live a long time, and 3,000 years. That's the time frame of this story. 3,000 years. Let's see. I'm gonna hop down here. Talk to this guy, just make sure I've gotten everything. And then go... Which way? Things are popping in and popping out, oddly. So I need like a key. And I don't have a key item. So there might be a decent thought that if I find a mithril key or something that I'd always have a copy of, to forge that and then continue with our journey. The key could be if it's not something you can forge. This feels like a jump or something. We saw a goblin walk out of this area. Well, I think I'd need a red brick detector, a red brick detected keys. It seems like it's unrealistic to assume I'd be able to figure this out without that. Same is true here. We have a gear that's needed. What's our next step? Galad. Our next step, I think, is to go this way. Well, let's try this. Nope, nothing there. So by going counterclockwise, I should have, hopefully, a lot of the diagrams to build things, and a lot of, let's see, a lot of the mithril needed to build things by the time I get back to the forge. So, ideally, it would only be 1 or 2 trips.
Ooh, it's a bit hot up here, isn't it? Oh, what I wouldn't give for a nice, cool, refreshing, cool, hydrating, cool ice lolly from the pass of Caragras right now. Ah.
There's some problems also with the layout of the floor there. I got stuck on the floor. Is there more this way? Nope. Which way? This feels like there's horse races are gonna happen. Like, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Feels like there's more path this way, but it's not letting me go that way. Oddly. I think the pathfinding is just kind of bad. It's almost like when they make these Lego games, they don't even intend for them to be Lego games. With some of the design you see here. This mountain, for instance, it just looks like a mountain. It doesn't look particularly like a Lego mountain. It's got some Lego stuff on it. Alright, this is a race. Alright. So, since the game couldn't have vehicle levels, we're gonna race riding a sheep. It's not too bad so far. Controlling's not garbage, it usually is. For a second I was worried I was going through the wrong one. Gotta keep an eye out to see the right path here. hope I'm actually going the right way and this isn't simply a matter of you can run through any of them. Not hitting A or anything, A would jump. Just pressing forward and moving it. Oh, wow. I feel like I almost got that one. You can see that. Let's try this again. This time I won't jump, this time I know the level. The thing about these races is they kind of need to be impossible to fail, since this is a kid's game. The whole game needs to be pretty much impossible to fail. So, that on that line of thinking, it's a very delicate line to trick a kid into, and an adult like me, to feel like there's an actual challenge when the number is constantly counting down, but not actually given a challenge. Here's where we were before. And what's the deal there? Why is it the same amount of time? Am I supposed to bunny hop the whole way? Is that the trick? Fine, we'll try it the other way then. Bunny hopping. Sheep are known for hopping, so maybe that's the trick. Of course, if the game wanted to make it this way, they needed to make it very, very apparent that that was the case by having actual things to jump over. Maybe it's a mistake to go this way, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like that's the right path. Now, the blue stud thing is just pointing us towards what we were supposed to... Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Just this one. Here we go, working our way up. So it wasn't probably a matter of hopping, although here it does feel like hopping. There we go. Race done. Alright, where are we on the map? One more done. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. I don't want to go over to the other section quite yet because I've still got some stuff to do here. See, we see this little guy here. That's the first time we've ever been attacked. Alright, I'll go to this. And I guess I'll just work my way around back to this, and then we'll go over to this section. play as Legolas first. Jump. 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 Oh, so close. Ah, it didn't matter. Got it. Now I gotta wait for it to autosave before it will show me the map. Still trying to find this stupid brick. It's like, where is it? So we have some red flags here that I think are just red flags. I don't think they're actually levels. For a second I was thinking they were levels, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll click on this one since we're right next to it. Is this a weevil? No. So we got So I gotta get 6 of them. 2, 3, 4. 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. There we go. What do weevils have to do with Lord of the Rings? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. It's just a pretty standard Lego challenge. Here we go. Run this way. Why is the map so off? Like, there must be a way to the top of this mountain. That's what I'm getting from this. Let's see. Damn, dig this. Well, that didn't help. Maybe I need to ride the sheep. Maybe it's a goat. That would kind of make sense that the goat has the ability to climb the side of the mountain. Nope, it's just over here. There's just more to the section that I did not see. Legolas must at some point gain the ability to shoot like a bow. It has to be that. That must be the case. Alright, so we've got a quest over here that says our next destination. Since I can't really get up any higher. And this isn't gonna work. kinda desperately need a horse. This feels just extremely quiet, extremely laid back. So if this open world content here, for what little there actually is here, these are also just hugely empty scenes. It's not gonna really add anything to the terribly small levels.
Hello, my friend.
It adds a little,
Would you like
but
to know
not
the
enough.
secret of absurd wealth? Having amassed a great fortune, I want for nothing now but a mithril squeak sword. Forge me one, and the secret is yours.
So that's one of the score multipliers. So as soon as I can solve that quest, I will get the red gold brick that I'm looking for. Now, the problem there is that could be the score multiplier times 2, times 4, times 6, times 8, or times 10. And each one of those would be a different cost. And so, I may not be able to actually afford the times 10, almost certainly wouldn't be able to. No solution for that, we still don't know how to open those. So, if that's that one, and that one's not available at this time, our next location is this way. So, I think that's pretty good for now. We started over here, and we didn't do this section here, but we found all the quests mostly over in this half, and most of the mithril that we could get in this half. So next time we can start over here and then work our way through the swamp, and then let's see, we're gonna get back to the Shire, which is way over here. So I think what I need to do is probably do a little bit of a circle here before I go up at this point, and then try to cover all of this before I get back to this point, which is the Shire, the beginning of the game. And so we still have a lot to do as far as free play collectibles, but we are now at 28.2%, so we're making progress. Not a ton of progress, not for the beginning of it. In fact, it's gonna probably be a slow grind until we can start crafting things. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. However that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.